Yes, indeed. What's happening, world? B Marsh Boxing. I'm back at it with another boxing video. And here we are. We have the Cuban, David Morrell, coming into this fight. Both guys undefeated. David Morrell versus the Mexican monster, David Benavidez. And this was a good fight, competitive fight. I'd say the first 4 rounds. Um, the first 2 rounds, you could go either way, but I thought, at least David Morrell picked up at least one or two of both of them rounds. They were both throwing big punches, and it was pretty much an even rounds. You know what I mean? So it could have gone either way. But overall, David Benavidez, he had total control of this fight. You know what I mean? David Benavidez uh, was putting his punches together and landing the body shots. And I thought the body shot was the key to victory as far as David Benavidez winning this fight. With him putting his punches together, catching the man with all kind of body shots. And David Morrell, I'm not going to say he didn't have the pro experience. He has an extensive amateur background. Obviously, he doesn't have 29 professional fights like the man uh, David Benavidez does. But it was just overall, I thought it was a dominant performance by the man. Um, at what's his name, David Benavidez. You know what I mean? It was this fight really didn't have any. No, none of these guys was defensively responsible. Either guy could get hit, and the man David Benavidez, he landed the bigger punches, threw more punches, threw the harder punches. The man David Morrell, I thought it would have served him better in this particular fight if he was more defensively responsible. You know what I mean? Watch out, man. The right uppercut of the man David Benavidez was percolating. It was catching him with some big uppercuts. And like I said, neither guy was defensively responsible. And the guy who will land the most punches and the bigger punches is going to win the fight. Now, David Benavidez was in cruise control the second half of the fight. And in round 11, he got clipped, man. He got caught with a right hook over the top, caught him kind of on the top of his head. He lost his balance and he went down. Yet again, this is the second time this guy has been down in his career. I remember the first time David Benavidez got put on his backside was versus that Romanian guy. I can't remember his name, but it was his very first world title fight, and he got caught in the 12th round after a very dominant fight, winning almost every round. You know what I mean? Same scenario happened tonight, but right after that, right after he got up, and the round was about to end, David Morrell was going in. He was putting his punches together, man. He looked like he was trying to get him up out of there. Then the bell rang. Then David Morrell caught this guy, David Benavidez, right after the bell with a massive right hook. Boom! Clipped him right on the chin. And the referee definitely deducted 1 point in that 11th round. So that knockdown meant nothing at the end of the day in the grand scheme of things. And really and truly, it doesn't even matter. David Morrell, look, it might have could have been a good tactic if in the 12th round he got him up out of there, because he needed a knockdown at that point, regardless, to win the fight. You know what I mean? And that's not what happened in the 12th round. He did what he had to do, tried to win the 12th round, but he needed to knock down to win the fight. I had this fight wide, man, like 9 rounds to 3 in favor of the man David Benavidez. Dominant performance, and I didn't know there was a WBA title on the line. I just heard that they called him a unified WBC interim champion. And from my recollection, that Better Beef got stripped of one of those straps that he beat Bivol for. The only strap that Bivol came into the ring with when he fought Better Beef, you know what I mean? So that would mean that David Benavidez now is a WBA champion. I'm not counting no interim stuff, you know what I mean? And really and truly, I don't know if that's the case. That's just what I heard tonight. But David Benavidez wins the fight. And look, this is a fight of two guys who can only refuse to fight. You know what I mean? Canoli refused to fight David Benavidez, and he ain't fighting. Refused to fight David Morrell. Ducked both of these guys. What does that mean? They fought each other, just like the man David Benavidez when he fought Demetrius Bubu Andrade. Both guys were severely docked by Canoli, and they decided to fight each other. So props to them. There was a lot of bad blood coming into this fight between the this Cuban Mexican American rivalry. But at the end of the day, David Benavidez gets the dub. You know what I mean? And he hits hard. He throws a lot of punches, and he started off fast in this particular fight. Now David Morrell is now 11 wins and one loss with non-KOs. No shame in his game. He hadn't really fought anybody really that was gonna test him as far as now coming into a big pay-per-view world title type of fight. You know what I'm saying? And David Benavidez, he's had some more experience, you know. Like I said, he's like 30 and 0 now, you know what I mean? I've been watching David Benavidez fight on my television screen since he was like 17, 18, 19 years old. And here he is, uh, knocking on the door to fight the winner of David Benavidez. I'm sorry, Better Beef and Bivol rematch. And time will tell. We shall see. Looking forward to the Better Beef Bivol rematch. And we shall see what's next in store for the man, David Benavidez, the Mexican monster. B Marsh Boxley, your thoughts and comments. I'm out of here. Gone. Unanimous decision, by the way. The judges called a unanimous decision. Peace.